a feeling which does not belong in your body, which is not meant to be in your body, that is causing problems, that is not ultimately true in alignment with every cell of your body, your true essence, okay, needs to be out. It wants to be out. It'll simply, that's why it's actually telling you, prodding you through different illnesses. Hey, pay attention. I need to be out. Can you release me? I don't belong here. Now, why the feeling does not belong in your body? This is so important, so important. Okay. This is the basis of all this work. Does God or universe have limitations or lack of anything? So, for example, the universe has created, it's constantly expanding. This is the truth. There has been evidence to show that the universe is constantly expanding. So we are solar system, and there is galaxy, and then there is multiple galaxies within the universe, and they're constantly increasing, like it's growing every day. And within our own planet, we can see we have the everything. We have water, we have mountains, we have nature, we have animals, we have human beings, different countries, we have gold, we have diamonds. Like there is no end to what we have, and we've not even as human beings discovered what is there. So God has created so much. So God has everything, yes. He can create anything, whoever, whatever God you think of. Okay. Think of God as just energy, which has this like algorithm, which is creating all this. And therefore, if he can create everything, does he lack anything? God doesn't lack anything. He can create whatever he wants, just like that, just at the snap of a finger. How does someone who has everything feel? Like they know that whatever they want, they can create. How does that person feel? Let's say that person is a person. Okay. How does that person who knows that they can create and have whatever they want, how does that person feel? They feel at ease, right? They feel calm. They have no worry that today I will be able to do this or not. Tomorrow I'll be able to do this or not, right? What does that person feel? They feel always at peace and calm, no stress, no hurry. Now, what if I tell you that we are part divinity and part animal? Okay. So let's say you have a big bucket of water and you take out a mug of water. Okay. So the big mug of water, the small mug of water, the water in it will have the same characteristics as the bucket of water. I mean, the water in the bucket. So it'll be a liquid, it'll be colorless, or it'll be same temperature, or it'll be whatever characteristics the water in the bucket has, the water in the mug has. Yes. Right. So we human beings are part divinity and part animal, part consciousness, part animal. Because God is this raw energy. Like we think of him as this human being and all, but God is this algorithm. Like it just exists. Okay, it's just energy. It doesn't have hand, feet, eyes, nose. Like the body that we have, through which we have our senses. The God doesn't have that. So he wanted to enjoy his creation. Okay, I'm saying he, but I really mean the energy. He wanted to enjoy his creation, this universe that he's created, the food, the smell of flowers, the beautiful views of the mountains. He wanted to, but he doesn't have senses, so he can't see them. So what he did, he created human beings. Now human beings have been made by splitting off from him. So this raw energy, this huge energy, imagine this huge energy which we can't see, describe, or anything, because he has no form, he has no body, we can't see him. This huge energy, we all human beings, we all split into parts from him, got attached to a body, and we became human beings. So therefore we have part of him. So that small, that mug and bucket thing I used, this mug thing has water. So we also have part of God in us. That is the one that is conscious. That is the one that observes. And there is another part of us, the one that needs to eat, one that needs to bathe, the one that needs to reproduce, the one that needs to do things. So in order to survive as human beings, because we need to do all those things. We are not like just energy. If you have to go to work, you have to drive your car and go. Or if you have to write an exam, you have to use sit and study. You have to write in the exam. You have to actually use your hand and feet. If you have to go and speak get a job, you have to speak in the interview. You have to use your mouth. You have to use your body. Just can't visualize and do it. You have to take action. So now, God is living through us. Just like, I mentioned, our parents also lived through us. Like, whatever dreams they couldn't achieve, they try to live through us, whether they didn't get to study, whether they didn't get to wear a certain type of clothes, they live their dreams through us. Similarly, God also is living through us. He wants us to enjoy everything, all the flavors of life, sour, sweet, sadness, happiness. And why will, now you're asking, okay, then if God is, then why did he create all this misery? Why did he give me this disease? La la la. Because we learn through contrast. If you didn't know what was sweet, you wouldn't know what is sad. If you didn't know what is sad, you wouldn't know happiness. If you didn't know what was violence, you wouldn't know what is peace. I had this question for a long time. Why the hell did I get it? If there is a God, why would there be misery? Why would there be wars? Why would there be rape? Why would there be sexual abuse? Why? If God really was there, why would he do all this? Because he can control everything. Then that's why I actually didn't believe in God. I was like, what the hell is going on? Who is this person? Why does everyone worship him when he is not even capable of controlling wars? So the answer is to this question, and it's there in the book that I'm going to recommend to you. Um, it's because God wants to experience everything and he does not judge anything. If he condoned war, if he condoned violence, then Krishna, Mahabharat, the Bhagavad Gita, the concept of Bhagavad Gita, the basic premise is Arjun asking Lord Krishna, how can I kill my own family? So then Krishna only tells him that it's your duty. If you must do your duty. And then he goes on to explain the soul, the concept of souls and so on. So if you like, you can read that. But the God himself is not saying that it's wrong to get into a war. Do you see that? God does not sit and judge. He really has better things to do. He has created the whole universe. So he's not going to sit and judge that what you did is wrong or this is wrong. He just observes because he wants to enjoy all aspects of life. You cannot have peace without violence. You cannot have violence without peace. When a farmer grows crops, they're killing rodents and insects, right? We need that food. And the farmer also makes sure that they are able to grow those crops so that, we can get the food. But it has come through some sort of violence. Some plants, weeds are uprooted, weeds are being killed, rats are being killed, animals, cows are being used as labor. So violence, sadness, war, all these things are part of life. There is no judgment. God does not judge. That is the vision, that is the version of God I believe in. And that has imparted me. When I feel that, actually tap into that. I'll ask you to tap into that feeling. And that is why God is always at ease. God is not judging himself. God is not judging you. God is not sitting and criticizing himself. He doesn't think that whether he can or cannot do. And neither does he do that to you. Since we have the same characteristics as God, our natural state is of ease, peace, non-judgment, calm, abundance. Abundance meaning you can, whatever you want, you can have. God can create whatever the hell he wants to because he's God. And we are also part God. So we can have whatever the hell we want to. There is no limitation. There is no judgment of who you are, who you're not. Whether you can or not. It's not. It's just a matter of choice. Whatever desire you have in your heart, the most randomest, bizarre, ridiculous, someone desires that you're even ashamed to, not ashamed, embarrassed to even say it out in front of your friends, family. Those desires have been placed in your heart by God. Therefore, our natural state is of abundance, that I can have whatever I want, powerful. What is a person who can do everything think? Powerful. I mean, what does he feel? Powerful. Joy, ease, peace. These are our natural state. Because if you don't have to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, if you don't have to worry whether this dream of mine is going to come true, and you already know that it's going to come true, simply because they have been placed in your heart by God, you know that God wants you to have them and you will have it. So then you don't have to worry. Then you're completely full joy. Imagine tomorrow you have your husband. Imagine tomorrow you have the vacation. So if you know tomorrow is going to be done, it's done deal. Like just like the sun is going to rise tomorrow, you don't have doubts, right? Sun is going to rise or not. You go to bed knowing that tomorrow fully well that the sun is going to rise. So if you know tomorrow, do you stress every night thinking that tomorrow the sun will rise or not? I'm not sure. No. Similarly, if you know that, okay, everything is meant to be, whatever's placed in my heart is meant to be, then will you worry about it? You live in complete relief and like complete joy. This moment is all you'll care about. Why do we feel the other things? Because we have been split, right? He's this big energy, this big bucket, ocean of energy, and we've been split from him to form human beings. That is why one of the core wounds, I mentioned other core wound, yes, last class was I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And the other core wound that all human beings, like if you drill down every negative belief, it comes down to this. They feel lonely. You ask every human being, whether they're married or not, whether they have a boyfriend or girlfriend or not, that is a core fear. Because we've been split from this person, this energy, we are half. We are half, we are not complete. We are like split. We are constantly looking to become whole. How do you become whole? By actually practicing faith and having a relationship with God. That is why I have that step number 2, where I ask you to ask God. Like that's how you develop a relationship with communication, right? Anyone knows like, oh, what is a good thing? What is that you need in a relationship? You need communication. How do you develop a relationship with God? Communicate. Speak to him every day. Okay. So anyway, that's about 6 steps. So that is why we feel lonely and abandoned. This is a core human wound. That is why you feel lonely. And the other one is, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. Because you have been split off from him and you are in this body and you have all these negative beliefs. You don't know who you are. The true feelings are not always present. They're overshadowed by the negative feelings, which by the way, is not only you, it's all human beings are born for that, born with that, so that they can overcome all those negative feelings. Therefore, you feel not worthy, not this thing, because you feel limited. But your true essence, because you are that, same characteristic as God, therefore you are not unworthy. How can you be unworthy? The same energy which has created the universe, the trees, the whole thing, they've created all this money, all this, all the houses, all the mansions, and all the stuff. That person has created it. So how you are also part of that person, same characteristics. How can you be worthy? How can you not be powerful? That same person who's created the stars and the moons and all the stuff has also created you. So by virtue of you being born, you are just worthy of whatever the hell you desire. Because God wants to live through you. So no desire is shallow, no desire is superficial, and no desire is out of reach. There is no limit. There is no limit. Only the limit that we impose on us. Whatever you desire is for you to have. Just have to make choices of believing in yourself. And how do you do that? By mental detox, so that you can let go of that does not belong. That is why anything that is negative does not feel good in our body, because that's not a true nature. What is our true nature? Our true nature is of the one that the characteristics of God, powerful, have everything. They are always at ease because they know they can have whatever they want. That is your true nature. So moment you have thoughts like, I don't know if I'll end up alone, I'm not good enough, I'm unlucky, my life is ruined. All these thoughts, they don't belong in your body. That is why it doesn't feel good in your body. Understand? Like food that does not belong in your body, is not good for you, wants to come out. It'll make you feel sick, right? It'll make you want to throw up, it'll make you want to go to the bathroom more often. So similarly, an emotion, a belief which does not belong to you, your true nature, that is of the image of God and same as God. Therefore, it doesn't belong and therefore it needs to be out, and therefore it creates ruckus in your body until it's gone. That's why whenever you have a fight, whenever you have an angry moment or a disappointment or a rejection or whatever, it's just saying, hey, can you release this emotion? It doesn't belong. Like, hi, can you release this? So then every time you have some sort of disappointment, rejection, negative feeling, it's an opportunity. Treat that as an opportunity for you to let it go. And it takes time, yes, because it's not like a switch on off, unfortunately. It takes time. It goes in layers.